Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steven Duenas, and today I'll be showing you 5 easy DIY Christmas ornaments that you can do because they're so affordable yet look amazing in my opinion, of course. But if you want to stay tuned and see these easy and affordable DIY ornaments, stay tuned and I'll show you how. Let's go. Alrighty, let's get started. First thing you're gonna need are these Dollar Tree ornaments. I found them for $1, but I think they're $1.25 now because Dollar Tree isn't everything $1 anymore. They're $1.25 now, which is weird. But first thing you're gonna do is take off the top part. Get paint of your choice. I'm using Apple Barrel in the color Limeade. Make sure to shake it because before I did some ornaments like exactly like this, but I didn't shake the paint and it was hard to maneuver the paint inside the ornament because it was too thick, so you have to like shake it. And all you have to do is just maneuver the paint all over the inside of the ornament, which is easy at first, but then it gets hard because there's some spots that are like hard to reach in a sense. So that's why you shake it sometimes and then try to like put it upside down, and then it gets some parts but then it doesn't get other parts. But after a while it gets easier and easier once you do more ornaments, or if you just do one, add more paint than you think, because it will make sure that you have enough paint to cover the entire ornament. Because I was thinking of adding more, but it turned out to be enough, but it was, like I said, a little hard to maneuver the entire paint around the entire inside of the ornaments. There you go, you have your ornament, and then all you have to do is just put on the top of the ornament back. For me it was a little bit easy, but you'll see in the next ornament DIY that it's a little bit difficult for me because I bent all of them, like the little metal things, I bent all of them and it was hard to put back together. For our next project, you're gonna need some of these glitter poms that I found at Walmart. They were a couple of bucks, I think for like $3 or $4, but I've seen them at Dollar Tree before, but this time of year I couldn't find them. You're gonna be needing another of these Dollar Tree ornaments, and first thing you're gonna do is take off the top part. And then you'll choose the color palette you want to go with the pom-poms for your ornament. For me, I chose well, I would say random colors, but I also like chose the color that I wanted, like in a sense, because at first I chose white for the medium sized ones, but then I switched it out for a red one, and then for the purple one I switched it out and then added a white one, and then I added those even smaller ones in the purple and red, and then all you have to do is just put them inside your ornament. For these are easy, but then for the big ones it's a little bit difficult, but what I used was a paintbrush to push the pom-pom inside. After a couple of minutes of struggling, I was able to push it in. And all you have to do is put back the top part, and there you go, you have your glitter pom-pom ornament. Alright, for our next project, you're gonna need this Sculpey clay or polymer clay. It's the oven baked clay, but you can honestly use the air dry clay, but I didn't have that in hand, so I just used the oven baked clay. First thing you have to do is roll out your clay to a quarter of an inch, because if you do it too thin or too thick, it might burn or it might never be able to cook like all the way through. But ignore the bubbles on mine. I didn't notice them because I couldn't see them on camera, but now that I'm looking back at this footage, I could honestly see all the bubbles that I left. But honestly, I didn't cut that part, so yeah, it was okay. All you have to do is just freehand whatever shape you want. For me, I'm choosing the cactus. All you have to do is just pull up the rest of the clay, and you could fix the imperfections, but in my opinion, it looks better with the imperfections because it gives it a homemade look, which you honestly could give this as a gift, or you could give it like in the present, like a gift tag or whatever you want to do with it. But it just looks better when it's like not perfect. I bake my clay items on a piece of tile because I read online that it allows it to cook more evenly instead of those metal trays that you usually cook items on, because it distributes the heat more perfectly all around. And now we'll be painting our cactus. I'll be using the apple barrel and Kelly green. It's honestly one of my favorite colors because it's just like the perfect green, because since green is like my favorite color, and this is like the perfect one that I have that honestly fit the theme of my Christmas tree. My cactus in this paint made me use a couple of coats because it wasn't really full coverage paint. So yeah, I did about 3 or 4 coats of paint. Honestly, you could use whatever paint that you have or whatever brand that is around you. But for me, it's the apple barrel that I only have. And it was, like I said, 3 or 4 coats to get full coverage with no white parts of the clay showing. I forgot to mention that to get the hole for so you could be able to hang these ornaments, all you have to do is take the back end of a pencil, a paintbrush, or whatever that's like thin, but like able to push in through the clay. So before you put it in the oven, you have to make the hole with the back of the paintbrush. But in my opinion, it looked pretty dull, so I wanted to add some shine to it. So I'm using this Mod Podge that's gloss, and I'll just be covering the entire ornament in it, which took about 1 coat for me, but you can honestly layer in the coats. And I'll be using this string that's for gifts, but it's the perfect color. There you go, you have your cactus ornament. Alright, for our 4th project, we're going to be needing again the clay. And for this ornament, we'll be doing a heart shaped. First, you have to roll it out, of course, to a quarter of an inch, because if it's too thick or too thin, it won't cook evenly. And I'll be also cooking this one on a piece of tile. You'll be getting a cookie cutter or making your own from foil paper or any item that you have, or freehanding the heart. I'll be using the apple barrel again in sky blue, and ignore the cactus in the background. I forgot to take out a frame, so it's there for like the next couple of seconds. And all you have to do is cover the entire heart in whatever color you want. For me, again, it took a couple of coats. I think for this one it took me 3 coats exactly, but just use as many coats as you want until you get your desired effect. Again, I'll be using the Mod Podge in gloss to give it a shine so it won't be so dull. There you go, you have your heart ornament. And then again, I'll be using the same string that I used for the previous ornament. It's honestly the perfect string. And there you go, you have your heart ornament. On to our final project. You'll be needing these icicles. I found these at Dollar General for $1. It was a pack of 6, I think. And you'll be needing this Mod Podge again. It's the gloss one. You'll also be needing this iridescent glitter. I found mine at Walmart a couple of years ago. That's why it's almost empty. Well, sort of empty. And also you'll be needing a paintbrush that you won't be like needing anymore. This one was towards its end of its life, and that's why I decided to use it. All you have to do is cover the parts that you want covered in glitter, aka fake snow, onto the icicle, and then you'll be complete with your realistic looking icicle. Alright, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed these Christmas DIY ornaments. And make sure to like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification to be notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. Bye.